What's up everybody, I'm Aiden and welcome to Liquid Studio. So you can see from the pictures here what a normal weekly harvest looks like and what we yield. This being the first year, I expect next year we will be yielding more, but we've been very happy with the results so far. The peas we planted have matured and we've harvested everything from them, but everything else is still going strong and we're now into the start of September. I was a little late getting everything planted. Next year I'll want to get it out a few weeks earlier. I planted everything the long weekend of May. So now here's some videos of what the garden looks like now today. This is after we did our harvest, so there'll be another week before most stuff ripens up and we get another harvest from it. But it gives you an idea what it looks like now a few months after we've planted and got everything set up. So here's our tomatoes, and we did a single stem pruning method. So we're growing them up, trellising them on these poles. That way we're able just to keep one main stem and collect tomatoes from that. The tomato plants now, some of them would be well over 8-9 feet. Here's our pepper plants. We've gotten the first yield off of them, but as you can see, there's a lot more flowers now growing in the new sections and a lot more peppers that are forming on there. The pepper plants now are probably about 3 feet or so. It'll be interesting to see if after I harvest this batch, if I'm able to get a third batch from them or not. Our beans have really taken over the garden bed that I put them in. They're growing out now, far out of the garden bed, the back to the fence, out to the side to the walkway I put in here, and out as far as the pool. They've still been going strong. I've been amazed. We've been picking these for quite a while now, but they just keep growing back, which has been fantastic. And here's where we planted our green onions. We put bulb onions in the garden beds, but we had a pot here that we've just been doing our green onions in, and they've been turning out great as well, as you can see here as we're harvesting some of them right now. So as you can see from this picture, space was very limited. We had maybe 5 to 6 feet across to work with and 40 feet in length, but we also have 2 small dogs. We did have to leave room for them as well. So we had to really plan out where we were going to put gardens in and how we would utilize the space.
So we decided to go with a technique called Hydroculture to save money on soil. This is a technique where the mound is constructed from decaying wood debris and other compostable plant materials. This is adopted by permaculture advocates. It's suggested that this technique helps improve soil fertility, water retention, and soil warming, thus helping plants to grow on or near such mounds.
So the first step was to dig out the area we were going to put our raised beds in. We removed all the sod and we put that off to the side. Then we dug out about 2.5 feet of soil, and we moved all of that soil over onto the lawn where we weren't going to be disrupting the grass at all. So for wood, we were fortunate. We have a large hedge that grows along the entire side of our house. Plus there are also trees and bushes that you can see in these pictures here. So we get a lot of wood and a lot of shrubbery every year. So we use that on the base, on the bottom of the beds. We also used our grass trimmings, any leaves we had, and then we took the sod and we put that upside down on top of that, and we filled all of that back in now with the soil that we removed.
So as you can see from these photos, we worked in sections, digging up the 3 different garden beds. and refilling them back in. So we did the first one. After we filled it in, we made sure that it was completely level for when we went to actually put the garden bed in, and then we worked our way down and did the following second and third one in the same order.
So as you can see, this method did give us a lot of extra soil, which was great because we were going to need that to start filling in the raised garden beds. So we decided to go 8x4 for our raised garden beds. For the space we had, that was the most we could pack into it. We decided to go with 8x4 by 12 inch of cedar for our wood. The reason why we went with 12 inches is we do get a lot of pests. We have chipmunks in around our backyard and squirrels. So we wanted something that would deter them from coming in. And we have smaller dogs, so we wanted something that'd be a little bit bigger to maybe help deter them or keep them out as well. And we chose cedar for the wood just because of its properties for withstanding moisture and rot. We use pallet wood for the support posts to save money as well. So the next step was to put the beds into the ground. You can see from this photo here, when we put the beds in and leveled them, there was still a slope on the ground in the backyard. It's always sloped that way. The ground gave out years and years ago, so it's very uneven. So to combat that, what we did is the first bed was fine, but the next two, I got 3 more pieces of cedar, and I put 1 extra on the back and then 1 extra below on the sides as well, which you can see from these photos here. So now the raised beds look like this.
So after getting the garden beds set and level, the next step was filling them in with soil. And because we opted to go so big with our garden beds, we didn't have enough leftover soil. We then had to have a local supplier deliver 3 yards of soil to finish filling them in. We decided to go this route because this was the most cost-effective way.
So here's what the garden beds look like when they were finished and filled. Lastly, we put garden fabric down around the soil of the garden beds, and then we filled that in with mulch on top of all of that. The next step was to plant.
So then it was time to plant the seeds. We decided to do that over the last weekend of May.
The seeds were purchased from a local grocery store, but we have been experimenting with some seeds from peppers here at the house, and our spinach flowered this year, so we saved those seeds and we're going to plant those next year. So you can get seeds from food you have in your house. You just want to watch some videos because some of the seeds, they are, there's like a gelatin over them. You have to remove like tomato seeds or cucumber seeds before you wash them and then put them away to save them. The last thing we did was put a rain barrel in. We were watering from the hose, but there's debate about using regular house water because of the chlorine in it. You can let your water sit for 24 hours and the chlorine will evaporate. So if we go for long periods of time without any rain, I use all the water up in the rain barrel. I'll fill it from the hose, let that sit for 24 hours, and then use that to water the garden. We were able to get the rain barrel through a local charity. They were doing an event this summer where they were selling repurposed food grade rain barrels for $55. So it was fantastic. I also looked into it too. Our utilities company does sell rain barrels and they offer rebates when you buy them from them. So just look around a bit and I'm sure you could find a rain barrel for a very reasonable price. So you can see here what the garden started to look like a couple weeks after we planted, when all the vegetables started popping up. Thanks everybody for checking out our video. If you enjoyed it,
Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
to stay up to date on new videos that we release. You can also connect with us on social media, Twitter Liquid Studio 2 and Instagram Liquid Studio Producers.
We host a live stream every Monday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on
eLive,
at
eLive.
.tv/Liquid Studio.
Come, hang out, talk, and create music with us. We post all the songs we create to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Liquid Studio Producers. We list the key and BPM of each song.
You can then download the songs, add your own vocals and instruments to create your very own songs, or just enjoy the music for yourself.
Also, if you're a content creator, you can use any of the songs we create as royalty-free music for your own video content. Thanks everybody for checking out our video. If you enjoyed it,
Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
to stay up to date on new videos that we release. You can also connect with us on social media, Twitter Liquid Studio 2 and Instagram Liquid Studio Producers.
We host a live stream every Monday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on
eLive,
at
eLive.
.tv/Liquid Studio.
Come, hang out, talk, and create music with us. We post all the songs we create to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Liquid Studio Producers. We list the key and BPM of each song.
You can then download the songs, add your own vocals and instruments to create your very own songs, or just enjoy the music for yourself.
Also, if you're a content creator, you can use any of the songs we create as royalty-free music for your own video content.